I'm Dr. Joe Resnick, inventor of the Easy Lock fishing pole holder system and storage system, and this is a universal device. It'll hold any style or size fishing pole holder, subject of U.S. patent 5052146, which issued to me many years ago. This is one of the devices. We make these in America, by the way, at a place in Pittsburgh called Atlantic Polymers, and this is what one of the inserts look like. There are actually two different size inserts that come with the kit. Lifetime guarantee, indestructible, made out of a formulation of PVC and polybutyl carbonate. It's designed to work literally on any type of fishing apparatus. This is a fly rod. You see there's an insert already on this one, and if I pull it apart, you can see how the insert's there, and it's real simple to put back, and there's a locking mechanism on the back. You simply slide this forward, it goes right up in, locks in place. There you go. And what else is neat about these, I put these little fenestrations or screw holes on either side here and here, so that if you want to, you can hook these. My buddies hook them to their kayaks, to their boats, 2 screws and you're in, or on your fishing dock at home. I saw a lot of these in Florida where people have backyard docks and stuff. They're handy as all get out. In fact, I was in Myrtle Beach about a month ago and sold one of the guys there that owns one of the piers. I got an order for him for 500 of these. But it fits literally any size. This is your fly rod, and then we got a lot of fly fishermen out there. Okay, and this is a conventional rod and reel assembly. This is the one I use to catch all my fish down on the Yadkin River, just down the street, by the way. It also fits, this is my Johnny Walker deep sea pole. You notice it goes in there real easily, and once you have your reel on there, it definitely will fit that reel. So that's for just about any size. And here's an ultralight. It even works on the ultralights. Okay, that's an ultralight, and that's very similar to what's used for fly fishing. This goes right in there with your rod and reel, and you're there, and they're just the slickest thing that you've ever seen. It's for my fisherman buddies out there and for everyone else, you know, when you're landing a fish or when you're baiting a hook, you need that third hand. If you go and read the patent, the 5052146 at uspto.gov, I actually tell the story of when I invented this thing. Up in Pennsylvania, I was fishing in Spring Creek, and I caught this beautiful Palomino native trout, and I landed it, and I had it up in the air, and I put the pole between my legs, and guess what? The fish jerked, pulled the pole out of from between my legs. I fell flat on my duff, and when I was sitting there, I said to myself, you know, there's got to be a better way to do this. And that's literally how this thing was conceived, in the middle of the stream on my butt. So we're putting together this program through Kickstarter. We're going to try to start marketing these. And there's a story behind it. Okay, I sold a license to this patent when it first issued to a fellow who's passed away. And of course I was traveling at the time. But when he passed away, and this is over 20 years ago now, he passed away, and we lost the molds, and I hadn't heard from him. Of course, about a year passed, and I wrote him a letter, and, you know, inquiring, okay, where's my royalty payments? You know, you're supposed to make royalty payments. Well, here his wife contacted me and told me he had had a massive heart attack. Sweet guy. I don't want to give you his name, but really nice guy. So they were to return under the terms of the agreement. If they didn't perform, everything came back to me. Well, I couldn't find the molds. Nobody seemed to know what happened to the molds. So here about a month ago, I get a phone call from the CEO, Alex Vegas of Atlantic Polymers, and he says, Dr. Joe, Dr. Resnick, this is Alex Vegas. I have your molds for U.S. patent, 146. And I said, you're kidding me. And he said, no, I've got them right here. And I told him, Alex, I paid a private detective agency $1,500 20 years ago to find those molds. They told me that the molds had been destroyed. Well, guess what? As fate would have and as God would have it in his glory and wisdom, the molds are intact. and Big Daddy's going back in business. So we're going to start making these things and sell them again. The ones that I did have, I had about 1,000 of them in stock, which I've given away over the years to Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and various things. And I think I may have sold maybe 100 of them, but I sell them for $6-7 a piece. They're absolutely indestructible. You could drive the Humvee over this. That's how I tested it. I drove my Humvee over this. Didn't even face it. Didn't even scuff the plastic. But I'm putting together this Kickstarter project. This is going to be one of the premiums. You're going to get the kit. And, of course, you can buy T-shirts and do all that stuff, too. And we're going to go into business, and I'm making a web page now, and I'm doing all this stuff myself. I'm not in any hurry. Sort of semi-retired now, but I never really stopped working. But I'm going to start marketing these and see if I can't use the Kickstarter and you good people out there to help me finish launching this dream that I had over 30 years ago now. But I want to thank you so much for listening to me and taking your time. And this really is a good product. We make it here in America, and I donate all the profits goes to vansforvets.org. That's a philanthropy I established years ago. So I don't take any of the profits. And these things are about a 30%, maybe 30% markup, if that. But, you know, that gets eaten up in packaging and shipping and mailing costs right away. So we just, all of the profits go to our nonprofit support to help our veterans, disabled veterans, veteran families, and Gold Star families. Okay. Thank you very much for taking your time to listen to me. I hope you'll support our project and be happy to welcome you into the family. This really is a good product. It's probably one of the best things you could ever buy any fisherman that you really love and have in your life. And we're all fishermen in one way or another. So thank you very much, Dr. Joe Resnick from Yadkin Valley, North Carolina. Thanking you so much.